language interpretation. Welcome to the show, Mashimo.
Thank you very much.
How is the Murima? I mean, why is there are so many volcanoes? There's so many vents, eruptions coming along. What's up with the mountain?
First of all, let me acknowledge and give my salutations to the people of Murima. I was in Kirinyaga today, and I have listened to what the people are saying on the ground, and I think traditionally the Murima has been a very volatile place since the days of Mau Mau. There's never a moment of you know, you'll never be bored within Murima, because you know what we did in 1992, you know what we did in 2000, you know what we did in 2007, you know what we did in 2013, 2017, 2022. And Murima is a playground for proper siasa and proper politics. So what you're seeing is nothing unprecedented, is nothing unusual. And we have had our challenges, we've had our loved people, we have had our Kenyatta, loved by the Mama, we have had our Matibas, we have had our Rubias, we have had many people, we've had Uhuru as Gaitoga Wishialira, we have had now the current immediate former deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua, and the ball will continue playing, and we will continue rolling, and that's Murima for you.
That's Murima.
That's Murima for you.
How?
There's nothing unusual.
Yeah, there's nothing unusual.
We actually, you know, the other day I was just saying, you know, I'm member of parliament number 9 in my constituency. Some of the people who are in politics, like member for, like Genki Muigai, who became an MP in 1978, was re-elected in 1984, was kicked out in 1988 by Gakunju, and in 1992 he was kicked out. Gakunju was kicked out by Kamuiro. In 1997, Kamuiro was kicked out by Muhia. In 2002, Muhia was kicked out by Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru Kenyatta is the only guy who served 2 terms. Then after that, there was Jose, who passed on, and then Moses Kuria, and then myself. If you go to other places like Selu Nyanza, Orengo is still a politician. Orengo served with Gengi. Between Gengi and myself, there has been 7 other members of parliament. Orengo is still in power. He served with Oburu. He served with the... Think about, you know, when you look at our people in Murima, we do not wait, we do not keep our politicians and our leaders for long, because I think we have a lot of expectations that are not met by our leaders most of the time. And so the noise you're seeing is nothing unusual. We've just not thought about it properly. So if you think about it, you look at other places, look at parliament. Go and look at people that sit on the other side. People like Dr. James Nyikal, people like, you know, old names, people who've been there for so long. But we have a very high turnover of leaders in Murima, and that is not news. It's not unusual.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you look then at the situations that are happening, what do you make of it? How much of democracy and democratic space are we occupying in terms of how we are reacting, how that region is reacting to specific issues? And we'll get to the deeper context of it before we go for the break. But when you get to the deeper context of issues, the deputy president, the events you saw over the weekend, first of all, what do you make of that?
I think the volatility that is now experienced in Murima has been occasioned by, there's been a lot of fanning. And this didn't just begin. I think if you remember, President Uhuru Kenyatta last regime kept saying, wacheni siasa tufanye kazi, wacheni siasa tufanye kazi. And you realize that even after he exited the stage, we didn't stop politics. We just continued. And I think we have really found politics at the expense of development. If you ask me, I realize now the ground is not even asking for development. There's just politics that is happening. It's just, the story is not about which road is being done. The story is not about how much tea is going to pay us, or how much coffee is going to pay us, or how milk is going to pay us. The story is about politics. You know that thing. And I think we must be careful not to just do politics for the sake of it. You know, when I went to school, I was taught that politics is the art and science of division and distribution of resources. If you get so much entangled in the politics and you forget why you are in politics, because you're in politics to make sure that we get proper and commensurate allocation of our resources, and it is distributed within ourselves. That's why everybody wants to have one of their own in politics. But not just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
It's not just for me to sit there as a member of parliament for Gatundu South. It is what I'm able to advance for the people of that region.
Okay.
Are you able to advance a good cause so that you have proper resources allocated to them over time? And or are you just sitting there and whipping emotions and just being there for the sake of it?
Okay.
And I think, at times in politics we can fund this, and it becomes the usual thing to do every day, and then we forget completely that we're supposed to have been dealing with the development and allocation of resources.
Okay.
So I would say I would give a word of caution to our people that let's not forget why, in the first place, we wanted to have the seat of the deputy president. That's number one. And number two, it's not completely lost, because Kindiki is our child also, is our son, is the son of Murima also, and therefore this is just Peter that has changed, and now that we have Paul, But even when we have Kindiki, are we advancing the issues of our Murima, or are we just doing politics?
All right. Let's hold on to that as we take a short break. When we come back, much more to dissect and debunk on matters Murima and all that surrounds it. Please do stay with us.